Spies in Disguise, the first Blue Sky movie to be released by Disney after they bought Fox in March 2019. When the trailers were coming out for it, I genuinely wanted it to be an outstanding hit. Blue Sky movies have always had the problem of not standing out or feeling too safe in the movies they release, and the overabundance of Ice Age sequels didn't help things either. The only exception to this I feel was with the Peanuts movie in 2015, which is their best movie by far. The second reason is because I actually wanted Will Smith to be in a good animated movie, because the last one... never mind, what the fuck am I talking about? That's probably just made up garbage. Anyway, what's going on this time around? Will Smith plays a beloved spy known as Agent Sterling, who ends up getting framed by a terrorist and turns to a lab technician named Walter, played by Tom Holland. Sterling wants him to make a device that can make him disappear, but instead he gets transformed into a pigeon. And already that concept of Sterling being turned into a pigeon was worrisome. At first. I'm getting pretty sick of talking animal comedies, especially since it's a field Blue Sky tends to play into in making a movie like this. I mean, you have a talking pigeon trying to be a spy, you can't get more generic than that. However, when I came out of the theater after the movie was over, I had to ask myself, did I enjoy it more than I was supposed to? Was it a guilty pleasure in the long run? In my conclusion, no, it wasn't. Spies in Disguise does have a lot of good things going for it, in a way I didn't think would be pulled off so well. It's not perfect, obviously, but it's another sign that Blue Sky is still capable of making good original movies when they're not wasting their talent on another Ice Age sequel. First, let's start with the star himself, Will Smith as Sterling. At first glance, I actually wasn't expecting to like his character, given the signs of him being over-glorified and loved by everyone. I kept thinking, oh boy, he's gonna be another Lightning McQueen, isn't he? But actually no, Sterling is one of the better examples of how to write a jerk character. Well, in saying that, Sterling isn't actually a bad person who takes pride in making others miserable, he's just a very natural guy who nails what he can do. And we do get to see that he is a compassionate man who wants to do a lot of good. Even his story arc of learning to accept help from others, even the weird ones, is strangely effective and carries the mood of the story brilliantly. Tom Holland's character Walter is also really likable. He's kinda like the Ferdinand of the movie, more of a role model to boys that you don't have to take pride in being tough and brave. You can still do great things with usage of what you love and taking your unique attributes as an advantage to help others, whether good or bad. And of course, Tom Holland does a wonderful job bringing this character to life. Even the villains felt more unique than I felt they would. Like, first I thought they would just come off as the cliched bad guys who want to kill the protagonist and take over the world, blah blah blah, but unlike other villains that tainted our screens this year, these ones actually have layers to them. The villain is not meant to be seen as sympathetic, which perfectly goes with the themes of violence not always being the right solution to a traumatic situation. There's also this group of agents trying to track down Sterling, but the movie never frames them as being stupid or lightheaded, they just simply don't understand what's going on. And if anything, they're just doing their jobs as agents. They're probably some of the most likable antagonists that I've seen in recent time. The movie also does an excellent job with its message on how violence isn't always the answer, that fighting fire with fire can make more people worse than expected, and with the cute character interactions plus light-hearted attitude, Spies in Disguise never really goes too preachy with its message. It never has some stupid breakup moment where someone explains why they're so selfish or some guilt trip that another movie didn't need to do. It just has the audience naturally learn it as it goes along, which is what you should always do for a movie, hinting at resolutions and making the audience think about what they're getting out of it. It also has some really damn good writing. Not every joke lands, but most of them do, and I got a fair amount of belly laughs out of it. I'd say my only hang-up with the movie is that it doesn't really know when to slow down. Spy stuff having action is a standard, but having fast-paced animation for a good 60% of the movie can be very off-putting. It almost feels like junk food for a child's mind. Now, it's still action-packed and delivers on good laughs, but sometimes we should be allowed to appreciate some of the background work or lands that the characters explore. But then all of a sudden the animation is moving lightning bolt ray and it's just kind of obnoxious. But despite that one small gripe, I had a blast with Spies in Disguise. It's nothing groundbreaking or revolutionary, but it's always nice to have a funny, action-packed, light-hearted movie to ease your tensions and not give you a headache. It's well animated, the music is cool, the characters are very likable, it's one of the biggest surprises of 2019 and in all the right ways. It may seem more like a neat little treat than something so powerful, but sometimes that's all you need.
That's hot.